Good day, my viewers. My name is Dr. Alex British Chinedu Tasie from IKWERRE, Nigeria, West Africa. And by the grace of God, I am a writer, a musician, a filmmaker, a football coach, a historian, and a multi-dimensional thinker. Generally, people dub me with the epithet, a professor in native intelligence. This program is called The Reality. The Reality is a program that I have designed, created, enunciated to discuss and treat some riveting, interesting, enchanting topics and issues of life. Some of those issues of life, topics of life that we find interesting to know about. So I detail them so that we can have better and deeper understanding about them. That is the purpose of this program, The Reality. The topic that I have here to talk about on this program is about Igbo colonization of IKWERRE land. Igbo colonization of IKWERRE people. As a historian who is familiar, conversant with the stories, events, happenings, incidents that have taken place in IKWERRE land in the past, who is very, very much familiar with those issues, let me shift it back into the past very well, that had taken place in IKWERRE land in the past. So many IKWERRE people phoned me requesting that I should detail clearly this topic, whether there was a point in time when the Igbo, the people we call the Igbo, IKWERRE people call the Igbo, colonized them. Whether there was a point in time when the IKWERRE land was a colony of the Igbo or not. Well, as a historian who is familiar with the past accounts of IKWERRE people, there was never a time in recorded history, in human history, when people from the Igbo ethnic group colonized IKWERRE land, as well as other ethnic groups in what we had then as the oil rivers or today river states, as well as the people of southern Nigeria. There was never a time such happened. But you see, a colony is different from colonization. Colonization is a process of achieving the noun colony. A colony means, a place that is being controlled, dominated politically, governed by a more superior people, nation, country. When a superior nation decides to colonize a people politically, take charge of their political affairs, dictate the terms for them politically, then that place becomes a colony. So there was never a time the Igbo dominated IKWERRE land politically. Colonization, in part, is different. In this sense, what colonization here means is when a particular group of people, an ethnic group of people, is being dominated by another ethnic group, perhaps bigger, larger, not politically, but demographically. With their number, they dominate them. That, of course, happened, and it is still happening in IKWERRE land and in many other places, not only in IKWERRE land, even in Nigeria as a country. So the Igbo understand, I take them as a noun, the Igbo generally. I don't want to put that X, the Igbos. The Igbo understand generally the dynamic nature of their terrain. They understand the limitations they have naturally in their environment. So that spurs them to be always on the move. So many of them leave their places in Igbo land and move abroad, outside the shores of Igbo land, to do their business and to render services that they can render, not only in IKWERRE land and elsewhere. It happens. So if one says that IKWERRE is being colonized by the Igbo, it is true in that sense, because in IKWERRE land, the Igbo people outnumber the indigenes. In fact, the official language in Rivers State today is Igbo language. Not only the IKWERRE land is Igbo language, because the whole of Rivers State is not up to 5 million people, and the Igbo are more than 40 million people. So you can, match it. You cannot match it at all. It is natural to happen. They are always on the move. They go about to scavenge with their hard labor. They scavenge, and what they get from other places they take back home. That is how the Igbo people behave. That is how they do. So there was never a time when IKWERRE people were colonized politically by the Igbo. During the time of the Eastern Regional Government in Nigeria, the defunct Eastern Regional Government, of course, the Igbo were mostly in charge because their population made it so. Not the environment, but the population. Before 1970, in Eastern region, only the Igbo group were about 10 million people, while the rest of the groups that made up the region were about 6 million people. So they were everywhere, and at the top, they had their persons to help them push some of their interests locally. But that was not to say that the government was a government of the Igbo. It was a government created by the white people. So the Igbos, incidentally found themselves to be better placed than other groups in the region. So Igbo land, Igbo people had never colonized the IKWERRE people. But look at it. The Igbos move out to do their business. What they know what to do, they go out to display them. And that is what happens. So when they go out with their language, they go out with their music, their foods and drinks, their way of life, part of their culture. They go out with them. And that, significantly can affect their host communities because of their large number or their preponderance in that particular zone, that particular area. It could have some ripples. and after effects. Of course, that is natural to happen too. But to have a premeditated plan to go to other places to dominate them, the Igbo people have never done that before. Consciously and involuntarily too, the Igbo people have never in any history moved out to dominate other people. No. People naturally feel intimidated, cowed, colonized because of the presence of the Igbo. Because they come to a place, they quarter a lot there. You know, they turn the place around as if it is their community because of their large presence. So many people who are their host communities feel intimidated. That phobia is there. That is what happens. In IKWERRE here, why do people complain that Igbo people have colonized them? Even if it is not politically. Because I know that the Igbo people in Rivers State do not contest elections. They don't hold political authorities. They pay their rents. They pay their taxes. So they know that they are strangers in Rivers State and elsewhere where they are. They are everywhere doing their businesses, carrying out their trades, rendering services. So why do people complain? The people complain because they have not done what they are supposed to do. They have failed to do what they are supposed to do. For example, in the IKWERRE land, IKWERRE people have allowed enough space for the Igbo to occupy. Igbo people have filled the spaces available, so they complain. You know, attitudinally, by character, they also assist the Igbo to continue to push for their interests. In IKWERRE land, what do? How do they differentiate themselves from the Igbo? How? Now take these examples. An IKWERRE man goes to Igbo land to marry. Even when they say that the language is the same, or the dialects are in one part of language, even at that, an IKWERRE person will abandon his own native language and will begin to speak the language or dialect of his wife. I have seen that during the course of my research and history work. In many families in IKWERRE land, that is what happens. A man will abandon his own native dialect or language and will begin to speak his wife's, language. What names do we give to our children? IKWERRE people, what names do they give to their children? How do they separate the names from Igbo names? IKWERRE people have their indigenous names. They may look alike, they may mean the same thing, but at least you have to distinguish that you are separate somehow from them. What do? IKWERRE people sell their frontages, sell their shops, sell their houses to the Igbo group, and they stay outside. They begin to stay here and there uncomfortably. How do they behave? What level of faculty, what level of sense do they display? They lavish their money in ostentation, in things that are mundane, ephemeral. They lavish their money. So why do you say Igbo people are colonizing IKWERRE people as well as other ethnic groups in Rivers State and elsewhere? When you have refused to behave well, when you have refused to do what is necessary, what is good to do. Go to the city of Port Harcourt. In IKWERRE here, the churches that are here in IKWERRE land, what songs do they play? What music do they play? IKWERRE people have beautiful songs, beautiful music, but they jettison all that, and they sing Igbo music in church. They play Igbo songs in church. They speak Igbo language in church. Why do you say Igbo people are colonizing Igbo people? No. What food, what drink do you take? You abandon your own and you go to Igbo land, you copy what they have. You eat what is not traditional, what is not part of you, and you are complaining. What music do you play? As a person, I play my traditional music a lot. I play Jimmy Conte, I play Eriobo, Akwasa Joe, Promoteze. So many of them, I play them. As a reggae musician, secondarily, I play reggae music because it is a universal music. In America, they have jazz, they have rock and roll. The Americans play that. It is their own. Before they play others, they also appreciate what they have. How do you say Igbo people are colonizing you? How many Igbo people have television stations, radio stations in their place, in their state, in their homeland, in their area? Look at all the radio stations in Port Harcourt. They patronize their Igbo language, they display Igbo language, even when they are not the owners of the TV stations or radio stations. They still influence people with Igbo language. They speak Igbo language as if it is in Igbo land. Why not get your own television stations, radio stations where you can speak your own language and show the world that you are the host, you are the owner of the land, and you are complaining? How many Igbo people have provision shops? How many of them have electrical shops where they sell electrical appliances? How many of them have shops where they sell what the Igbo people sell? Electronics, tiles, utensils, rod, building materials, motor parts. How many Igbo people are into such businesses? You leave the space for the strangers to fill, and you are complaining that they are marginalizing, they are colonizing you. No. How many Igbo people have schools? You sell your frontage, you run away. You leave the juicy places for the Igbo to occupy, and they turn that place into a colony, and you are complaining. The colony not to dominate politically, but they influence the people around there, and they can influence you too. When you see an Igbo person, you begin to speak their own dialect, even if it is the same language. Onitsha person does not speak over the language. Maybe same person can never leave his own language and begin to speak in Soka. It does not have, there's not like central language in Igbo land. You have your own dialect, speak it, use it. Don't be cowed, don't be intimidated in your own land, and you are complaining. People phone me, they say, please, historian, help us detail this matter. And that is what I'm judiciously doing now. I'm attending to it critically, logically, analytically, sensibly. What do you make of it? When you jettison, when you abandon what is your own originally, and now you adopt what is not your own. You go to Igbo land, you copy their culture, you come back. When they say IKWERRE is Igbo, don't blame them. Because the splashes of Igbo life is in us, is on every IKWERRE person. What kind of dresses do you wear? You abandon your own, and you're wearing Ishiagun everywhere. And you say you are not from there. So that is what this matter is all about. That is what this topic is all about. To detail it, to let people know that Igbo people are not colonizing anybody. They are everywhere in the world, doing what they know what to do and how to do best. If you want to follow them, follow them. They are going to teach you. They don't hamper anybody. They don't hinder anybody. They are not after anyone's progress commercially. What do they do? Is not to do commerce. Mainly, you sell all the shops. Why? You sell your houses with such pattern sum of money. What are you going to do with it? That peanut, what are you going to do with it? Follow them in what they do. Dr. Herbert Wigwe, who is late, who just died, has shown to the whole world that Igbo people can do business. Chief Nchemchele Nwobe from Roboku is one of the biggest, business people we have in Rivers State. He exemplified that and he made success. He is from IKWERRE land. The late Maxwell Tasie from Ishobo had companies where they produce shovels, wheelbarrows, and all that, building materials. He is from IKWERRE land. There are so many people today, when you go to Omagwan, you see an IKWERRE person from Iba doing well in building material business. You go to Ibuta, you go to Port Harcourt, you go to Ishobo, they are there. It is not enough. Do more. Follow them. What they are doing, follow. In the drug business, which we call chemist business today, follow. Bread business, follow. Pure water business, go to all the abattoirs where they slaughter animals in Port Harcourt. Igbo people have taken over. Building materials, they have taken over. Don't you get money? Igbo people make money from land sale, from politics, from other revenues. They make money, but they have decided to be silent. And strangers have come to fill their land and they are complaining. The Igbo people do not have any blame here. As a historian, I have done enough research diligently on this matter. Igbo people do not have any blame. They are not encumbering anybody's progress. Follow them. Do what they are doing. They will help you. Go to Onitsha, go to Aba, go to the cities everywhere where you are. Go learn one form of trade or the other. Follow them. It will give the same results. What you do not know, tell them to teach you. They will teach you. They will teach you. So don't complain if IKWERRE is a colony of the Igbo or not, or was at some point a colony of the Igbo or not. That is immaterial. Do what they do. Expand. Show your identity. Announce who you are. If you say you are separate, show them that you are separate. Don't depend on anybody. Don't be foolish in the actions you take. I am so concerned about some of the actions my people take, IKWERRE people take. Lack of faculty, lack of sense, no reason. That is the problem. I am once more Dr. Alex British Chinedu Tasie. In case you want to, help me, support me financially to continue to make more research, bring up programs that are exciting programs, interesting programs, and we discuss them, look at them, appraise them, and see how they can benefit us and benefit society. I will be obliged if you want to support me financially. And the account detail is Access Bank 40551714 with the name Alex British Tasie. If you want advert placements on this program, or you want to be part of it, there is something you want to share, with people, something that is important that you can share with people using this platform, using this program. You are welcome. We will feature you. We discuss and tell the world what you think and what you know about life generally. The phone number to contact me is +234 806 369 3609, and on WhatsApp +234 806 369 3609. So that is what this program is all about. IKWERRE people, stop complaining. The Igbo people are here to do their business. They are not here to fight anybody. Yes, they are not here to kill anybody. They are not here to make trouble. You see them do their business. Follow them if you can. And I think you should. If you have the resources, follow them, do what they are doing. You will get the same results. When people have people, I am not saying that people are idle. No, there are so many professors, so many PhD holders, so many educated people, academics everywhere. sometimes divert to the other side and see how you can uplift yourself and your society. By doing that, you can even limit the presence, the power, the influence of the Igbo, as well as every other ethnic group that comes as a threat to you. In the 1980s, early 1980s, the Isoko Progressive Union, a pan-African apex body of Isoko people in Delta State, stemmed the Igbo. They curtailed the Igbo. During that time, they had to send some of the people to Onitsha, to Aba, to Lagos, to go and learn some trades, some vocations. So when they came back, at the end of the time of that exploration, they came back. They empowered them. Today, when they go to Isoko land, it is 50-50. Igbo people are doing their business. The indigenous are also actively involved in the commercial activity in their land. You cannot see your brother or sister who is doing the same business that a stranger is doing, and you live to patronize him or her. That is where it works. Create options. Don't allow monopoly, because the Igbo people pose as a monopoly. Whatever they sell is what happens commercially, business-wise. They fix the prices. They determine when you make your money, you give it to them. You sell your land, you buy cars from them, you buy upholstery, you buy house utensils, you buy everything from them. They determine the commercial activities in our land, almost everywhere. So don't complain. If you're okay with it, fine. I don't have a problem with that. If you're not okay with it, do what they are doing. Follow suit. It will give the same results. They don't hamper anybody. They don't discourage anybody. They don't encourage anybody. They allow free space. It is competitive. Life is all about competition. Go into it. Do it. Follow suit. The one you don't know, tell them. They will teach you. I know them. They will teach you. They will give you the knowledge you want concerning what you seek for, business-wise, or other services. Learn handwork. The Igbos are everywhere. They supply everything that we need. Every government that comes in this river state patronizes the Igbo. They supply everything. They supply cement, raw, building materials, electrical appliances to the government and to the people. They benefit more. What they get from there, they take to their own places to develop their places. That is what they do. So do the same. You can as well move from this place to other places, to explore, to see what you can do. Do the same. Nobody is hindering you. Nobody is encumbering you. Nobody is limiting you. Make that movement. Take that decision. Stop complaining. You have a shop, fill it with what you can do. Learn some, don't sell it off. Don't dispose it. What are you going to do with the peanuts? No. So that settles and resolves the matter that Igbo people have never in any history, in any point in time, colonized Ikwerre people. And it is not happening even as we talk presently. And they don't have any ambition to also colonize anybody. They are in Port Harcourt, in Rivers State, in Ikwerre land and elsewhere to do their businesses, to show their handworks. That is what they do. The handwork they know, they display it. People look and seek for their services, they render. Do the same. Thank you. God Almighty continue to bless you, make you to progress in reason, in thought, and in behavior. May God continue to give you sound health, and let the blessings of God Almighty be upon you and with you. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.